finished my studying for only a month.
For what a month?
I have just finished my degree for only
À,
a month.
for only a month.
Yes.
Ok. Nào, thói quen nhé, là em nói cụ thể ra. Be more specific. Okay. Finish cái gì? Okay, I actually just finished my master's degree for probably about a month now. Thì nó sẽ
Mhm.
better than I just finished my study. Okay, what is your study? What did you finish? We don't know.
Ah, okay. So more specific.
Ah, right. So what do you find most interesting about your work?
What interests me the most about my work is that I am able to meet a lot of people during my normal working day. Because I am a dentist, that's why I have to meet and do the exam on a lot of the patients. I have to talk to them in order to understand some of their habits too, because the habit is one of the things that is related to uh, a few dental problems.
Okay, or it could be a cause, yeah, it could be a potential cause of some dental problems. Sure. Uh, do you often work best in the morning or in the afternoon?
Ooh, actually, I find um, that it doesn't make any difference to me, because my working schedule is pretty flexible. It depends on the patient's appointment. That's why it's changing day by day and week by week. I'm getting used to both working in the morning and in the afternoon.
Okay, now to improve slightly on pronunciation, we try to connect the sounds when we speak. So actually, it doesn't make any difference. We can say doesn't make any difference.
Make any difference? Yes, doesn't make any difference.
Doesn't make any
Okay.
difference. Okay, now let's move on to talk about making people laugh. Okay, so
Mm-hmm.
do you like watching movies that are funny?
Yes, I would love that, because I consider watching movie is um a way of de-stressing, to relax after work. So I usually go for some movies that is more light and funny, romantic,
More
um,
light?
like yeah, not like funny, romantic,
Mhm.
just not heavy on the thinking, like a mystery movie, something
Okay,
like that that requires a lot of thinking. And
right.
I have been doing that for most of my day, so it's usually not my go-to movie after a long day at work. Yeah, I might watch that kind of films uh, when I have more free time, like during Tet holiday or summer holiday.
Uh-huh. So on holiday, yeah, but not during
Yes.
the work week. Does that make sense? Yeah. When you watch it, do you watch the movies by yourself or do you like watching with other people?
Ooh, I like watching mystery movie and thriller and horror movie with my friends or cousins, because
Mm,
then we would have a lot of things to talk about during the movie,
right.
including like the remark on the characters, or like there was a game that we usually like to play, which is we try to guess what the characters will do next, or what the event will lead to, which are the events, like that. A guessing game when we watch the movie.
Okay, it's too complicated. Yeah, should keep it short a little bit. Like we often play some of the games, like some of the guessing game, while we watch the movie, and that should be good enough. Okay, uh, don't go
So
on and
that's good
on.
enough for like part two, for part one.
Yeah, don't drag out the answers too long without any substance.
Okay. Ah, okay.
Yeah, unless you have anything interesting things to say about some of the activities that you do with your friends during the movie. Otherwise, which it's better to stop the answer there. Okay? Don't expect all the answers to
Mm,
be long, right? If your answers are short,
okay.
then they ask another question. Simple as that.
Okay.
Hmm. And do you feel like laughing is something that happens easy for you, or is it difficult? Is it
I
easy for you
I
to laugh?
think yeah, I think it's getting more and more difficult for me these days. I
Hmm.
find myself to laugh uh, not as much as I used to
Uh-huh.
in the past. Uh, Part of it was because I don't spend much of my time watching videos and funny videos or funny movies uh, as often as I did,
Yeah.
and the other part is might be because the thing that I used to find interesting really make me laugh uh, at the, at the moment.
Yeah. Well, you could just say
Present.
maybe it's part of growing up. Being an adult means you have to spend most of your time working, so there's no time for entertainment or less time on entertainment. Uh, Yeah, good use of comparison structures, not as much as I used to. It would be even better if you could connect the sound, not as much
Not
much
nice.
as I used to.
Yeah.
We don't say other part is, we say another reason might be. Okay. Uh, uh, Other part sounds a bit
Another is
strange.
another. Yes, another reason.
Another reason or another thing is, or I often use the phrase on top of that, uh, on top
On
of
top of
that.
that,
Yeah, on top of that, another thing is, or another reason
on top
is
of that, on top of
maybe it's
that,
just part of
another
growing
reason.
up. Ah, Now, let's move on to talk a little bit about perfume.
Oh,
So, do you
okay.
often wear perfume when you go to work?
Not really. I used to. I Because my morning routine is pretty hectic,
Yeah.
and I have to be at work very early. So there will be only a few days where I wake up early and I have time to like remember that I have a perfume and then put it on. But it's not my morning routine.
Yeah, it's not one of the things or a routine in my morning. Okay. Now, what are some
In my
problems
morning routine.
or for my
Yes.
morning? Now, what are some problems that people may have when they forget to wear perfume?
The problems.
Yeah.
Um, Maybe the smell from the body,
Hmm.
the odor.
Body odor.
It might not be. Yes, the body odor might not be as pleasant.
Mm.
But I think there was another um, targeted product that is more useful to that, which is the deodorant.
Mm.
I,
Deodorant.
yes, deodorant. I find that people use that more often than perfume to
Mm.
hide the body odor.
Why do you think it's more popular used or popularly used?
Mm, because deodorant, well, from what I understand,
Hmm.
first of all, the deodorant also inhibits some of the sweat glands, so it reduces the amount of sweat that your body produce,
Okay.
which leads to the the uh, lower likelihood of smelling terrible.
Right.
And another reason might be uh,
Think about the
okay,
price. Yeah.
Luna nói đến đấy. Tự dưng đang nói đến đấy xong tự dưng bị não bị đóng băng, xong em không, tự dưng em không nhớ em bị nói cái gì.
Đấy thì khi trong thế
À,
thì em cứ nói tiếng Anh luôn như thế. Oh, I'm sorry, my brain just froze. I was gonna say something, but I suddenly forgot. No, chẳng vấn đề gì. Move on to the new question.
thế à?
Chứ không phải cứ ngồi
Ok.
im một thì chỉ rồi không nói quên mất rồi cái gì rồi. Đấy, ngồi im, rất nhiều bạn hay bị thế. Kệ, nó chỉ là một câu nói
Yeah,
chuyện thôi mà.
yeah. Okay, okay.
À,
Talking.
now another
Okay.
idea could be think about the price, yeah, because perfume is often
Yes, it's usually more pricey than others, and
pricier.
also pricier. Yes, pricier than more pricier, pricier than other.
More
Yeah,
expensive.
and also the deodorant. There are some kind of deodorant that doesn't have any smell.
Uh-huh.
Yes, its aim is to just prevent the sweat from making unpleasant smell instead of using other smell to hide the body odor.
Uh-huh. Yeah, that's true. And there's also some research about the problem or potential problems of using deodorant these days. Yeah, is that some sort of
Mm.
chemical in that deodorant might not be good for your skin. So personally, I've used some lower quality deodorants and I've developed
Mm.
some itchiness on my skin. So something that's just an idea for you, yeah? When you talk about maybe perfume or deodorant, you could talk about some problems that people may have, yeah? Sk- And the word
Mm-hmm.
that we are looking for here is skin irritation. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
Skin irritation. Uh, Skin irritation. Did you find that when I talk, I use too simple word?
no. Actually, sometimes when we talk about perfume, you overcomplicate too much, explaining the some of the chemicals inside of the perfume. So
Yeah.
what we could
Well,
say just
I will never remember that. Sorry.
absorb sweat,
Absorb sweat.
sweat.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Um,
keep it simple. Uh, can you said something about inhibit inhibit stress, sweat or something like that.
yeah, the sweat glands.
Yeah, that was a little bit too technical. Huh?
Oh,
Then they talk about the gland and things. People don't usually understand that. So I think it's better to just say generally, but it is a good deodorant. It's such a good way to absorb sweat, so you don't get smelly when you go out. Simple. Uh,
yeah.
okay. So now, are you ready for some part two action?
Yes, yes. I have my pen and papers here. So let's go.
Okay. So let me share my slide here.
Okay.
Now, for today's topic, I would like you to talk about a person who likes to read a lot. Okay.
Oh, can you pick another one? Because I have answered this for two
Already?
times. Yes.
When?
And this would be my third. I have just answered it like yesterday.
Oh boy. Okay, that's fine. Here. Describe a challenge that you faced that you thought
This
was,
one too.
ah,
This one too.
so maybe you practiced all the questions already.
Not all. We kind of go through there and we pick some that we think might be a problem for us to develop the ideas while still talking. So we just pick some of those and try to ask each other.
You know what? One thing I will do is that you answer this question and I'll see how much preparation actually helps you in this case, right? Because you think you may have an idea,
Okay.
but maybe there's still some problems in the way that you deliver your message.
Okay.
Yeah, so we stick with the idea of a challenge, yeah? A
Okay.
difficult challenge you face, okay? So now that you have prepared, do you need time to take notes?
Yes, I do need time to take notes.
Still? Okay.
Yeah, still do.
Right, so you have 1 minute for this?
Yes. Can you share the slides again? Thank you. I suddenly forgot what I was talking about yesterday.
Don't
Um,
try to remember.
challenge.
Just focus on what you want to
Okay.
say now.
A challenge. Uh,
10 seconds.
okay.
Ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Okay. Now, so don't worry if I stop you, okay? I'll tell you when the time is up. Can you start speaking now, please? 2 minutes.
Okay. So the most memorable, uh, difficult challenge that I remember is the the entrance exam that I took 3 years ago
Hmm.
for the residency program. The residency program is a privileged course for a doctor to study in medicine. um, its degree is ranked uh, as in the same level as the master, but in society it is more appreciated in Vietnamese society, to be specific. So that was 3 years ago during COVID-19, and I have to stay home to study for almost half a year in order uh, to uh, to pass this test. It is considered to be very difficult for me because I decided to take the test a little bit too late. So I only have 6 months, and I have to study 14 books just to take three tests. Um, the three tests happened in 2 days during the peak of COVID-19, where it is very hard for you to travel from one place to the others.
Mhm.
Not to mention, I have to uh, do another test on English. Uh, it is called the V step, Vietnamese English test, in order to be qualified for the registration of the residency entrance test. Hết hai phút chưa anh? Em hết ý rồi.
Okay. What happened in the end?
Well, in the end,
The V
I
step, the residency, what happened?
wow, I passed the test. I have studied my resident program, and I find that it is 100 times harder than the university test, the
Okay.
university entrance test.
Rồi, khía cạnh idea phải nghĩ về nó đi theo mạch thời gian nhá. Ví dụ như là, okay, you apply or you took the test. What happens then? Did you pass the test? What about you now? What are you doing now? Okay, thì sẽ nói là well, ever since I passed the test, now I've been working as a dentist for blah blah blah, cái gì đấy, dental clinic nào đấy. Được chưa? Đấy, I have to say I really enjoy my job for the following reason, blah blah blah. Đấy, thì nói về quá trình bây giờ chứ. Thì chúng ta đang nói về quá khứ rồi, mình chuyển về thời bây giờ. Talk about the present. Okay?
Okay.
Now, one of the most memorable and also difficult challenge, hạn chế dùng hai tính từ cạnh nhau ấy. Nó rất là khó nói. Yeah, I would say one of the most, và em đang hơi thiếu những cụm như kiểu là I would say, I feel like, những cái discuss markers ấy. Đấy. Okay, to be honest, I would say one of the most memorable and also difficult challenge that I used to have was passing the residency program. Okay, thì ở đây em cần một cái background story. Thì tự nhiên em nhảy vào chả hiểu tại sao có cái residency program. Em nên nói từ đầu là, yeah. Okay, so currently I am a dentist. Okay, and obviously in order to pass or to become a dentist or to be qualified as a dentist, you need to be able to pass the residency program, which is a very difficult challenge. Yeah, at the time, I had two options. Of course, passing the master's degree, but I feel like in Vietnam, the residency program would be considered and would be highly regarded. Okay, as maybe something better than the regular master's program. But unfortunately, chuẩn ý rất là đen là. But unfortunately, because COVID was happening at the time, so very difficult for me to just move around, travel to one place to another. Okay, and on top of that, thêm ý, chưa? On top of that, normally student would have like maybe 1 or 2 years to prepare for this test, but I was so busy and I decided to take the test a little bit late, which meant that I only had 6 months to prepare. Okay, a lot less than other students. And also, I remember at the time I was also preparing for the V-step test, which, if you are not familiar, is a kind of the equivalent of IELTS in Vietnam. Huh? So it's basically just an English test to see where your English level is, maybe B2, C1, or something like that. Đấy. Đến đây hết ý đúng không? Đấy. Well, overall, after all of that, I finally passed all of these tests, and I felt such a relief. Okay, now I'm working as a dentist for cái gì gì đấy clinic, and I have to say I really enjoy my job. Rồi nói về tương lai, maybe the future. What are your plans in the future? Linh, đấy thì nói về future.
Well,
Nói
uh,
đi.
the because I have passed this test that I thought it as the hardest test in my life.
Mhm.
It gave me the belief that I can do anything if I set my mind to it.
Yeah, okay. My long-term plan is Do you have a long-term
My
plan?
long term plan. Well, I am
Get a
going. I am
boyfriend?
continue. I will. No, we are talking about career. I will continue to be a dentist because I love my job. I
Nào,
find it
it doesn't have to
interesting
be about
to.
career. Okay? Nếu mà em muốn nhảy sang nói về personal life được hết, được chưa? Okay. Em thì nói là, but I feel like for the past 7 years I've been focusing too much on my career. Maybe it's time now to set that aside and pay attention to my maybe romantic relationship. It's time to find a boyfriend. Đấy. Thì nó cũng được, được chưa? Nó không nhất thiết là cứ phải về work thì mới đúng, nó mới là bị không sợ bị off topic, được chưa? There's no such thing as off
Ừ,
topic in IELTS. Đấy.
thế à?
Ừ.
Em có thể em nói linh tinh lại không đường topic cơ.
Ờ. Ok, thế
Thế
cho
là
nên
em
là
em phải nhìn cái câu gợi ý. Em không nhìn cái câu gợi ý là em sẽ không nghĩ ra cái ý gì cả.
ok thì em cứ nói linh tinh đi, đang cần cái linh tinh của em đấy. Anh chưa thấy cái linh tinh đâu.
Thế á? Ok. Em tưởng là không được linh tinh.
Ok, rồi. Đấy, nhưng mà không được linh tinh thì đôi khi nó sẽ thiếu ý hoặc là khó nghĩ ý mới, thì nó sẽ ảnh hưởng đến việc là mất
Ừm,
fluency.
ừm. Thế
Rồi,
nói chung túm lại thì fluency vẫn là quan trọng nhất hả anh?
fluency và pronunciation. Từ vựng
Ừm,
ấy, người ta không ngồi đếm cái số từ vựng em dùng được là cao level nào đấy nhé. Người ta chỉ thấy là is it easy for this candidate to produce language? Okay? Họ đánh giá cái độ dễ hay khó ha, mà em sản sinh ra được ngôn
ừm,
ngữ ngay lập tức cho người ta hỏi. Đấy. Thì ở đây có thể do một số vấn đề về em hiểu sai về bài test nên là em ầm rất là nhiều khi em nói. À, nó không được trôi
Vâng.
chảy như ví dụ bây giờ mình nói chuyện hai người với nhau chẳng hạn. Đấy, thì đang mất đi cái khả năng thực sự, người ta không thấy được cái khả năng thực sự của em qua những cái câu hỏi này. Thế, nó hơi bị gò bó một tí đấy.
Stress quá.
Đấy.
Đúng rồi, em cứ em, kiểu, em phải để ý ấy, kiểu như là, kiểu, hỏi chắc các thứ là chẳng hạn câu hỏi nhá, ý là vừa rồi nhá, cái câu hỏi là gì thì em sẽ hay phải, kiểu, có cái câu, câu chủ đề ấy. Đấy, kiểu, I think the most, memorable,
Chả cần.
difficult challenge that I remember is, blah, blah, blah.
Không, anh nhé, anh sẽ nhảy vào nói luôn, ví dụ là oh actually 5 years ago I was having a huge challenge with gì đấy.
Ừm,
Đấy nhá, anh mượn ý của em anh nói lại mẫu nhá. Ví dụ nhỉ. Okay, I remember
hứm.
maybe 3 years ago, I was having so much problem with passing the residency program. And as you know, in order to become maybe even a successful and reputable dentist in the country, you need to be qualified for this program and passing it. Okay. Of course, people may argue that, maybe getting a master's degree in dentistry is good enough. But I feel like at least in my country, then a residency program or passing it would be considered to be something better, something more prestigious, right? So that's what I decided to do. Unfortunately, at the time, it was during the COVID-19 pandemic, which meant that I couldn't move around very easily. Traveling to classes was such a big problem for me. I had to study online for most of the time. What's worse was that normally students would have 1 to 2 years to prepare for this test. But for me, I only had like anh nghĩ này, had like maybe like 6 months to prepare, which is not a lot. But luckily, somehow I still managed to pass the test. What made it even more challenging, để anh chuyển ý này, để anh sẽ có những cái linking words here. What made it even more challenging was the V
What's
step, which is if you're not familiar, đấy anh như kiểu nói chuyện với giám khảo, ông chắc chả biết đúng không? Which is not if you're not familiar, it's like kind of like an English test, like an equivalent of the IELTS test in Vietnam, where the university students have to take and maybe get a B2 or C1 level of English before they are allowed to graduate their university. Yeah. And I did all of that. I finished all of it. And actually, now that I think about it, I really feel proud of myself to achieve all of this. Yeah. But I feel like I have spent probably this last 7 years of my life way too much on my work. Maybe it's time now to set that aside and pay attention to more meaningful things in life, like spending time with friends, traveling around the world, or finding myself a boyfriend to go on dates with, or something like that. Huh? Biết gì?
okay.
Okay.
Wow. Yeah, thank you. I didn't know we could go off topic like that. Thank you.
Go off topic all you want. Right.
Okay.
So now let's continue to ask you some questions related to challenge. Okay. So
Mhm.
young people, I feel like these days often have a lot of
So,
challenges.
one more question.
Yeah,
One more question.
yeah,
Can I go off topic in part three too?
yeah. You can go topic pretty much in any part. Yeah. But
Oh,
if you
okay.
notice in part three, there's no script, so the examiner will ask you questions based on your own answer. Uh, so you don't have to worry
Mhm.
about that too much. I mean, I feel like off topic is never a consideration and should never be a consideration for any student. Your job should be focusing on answering naturally. And if you may somehow go a little bit off topic, and that's fine. That's the job of the examiner to ask you the question or another question to make sure that you go in the right direction. That's not your job to worry about that.
Okay.
Yeah, so again, young people now often have a lot of challenges in their life, right? What are
Mm-hmm.
these challenges?
For the young people,
Yeah.
um, well, the first thing that I can think of is the phone, which is a very, very important tool. But also, I think that the young people, especially the young people, they have a lot of challenges in their life. One of the challenges is the phone. They big distraction for the young.
Mhm.
Um, yeah, you know, when we are constantly connected to the news and everything that is going on in the world, like constantly and all the time.
Yeah.
So when we sat down to have our studying time, we might pick up our phone, for example, just to set a timer
Mm.
or look up at the task or the core list for us to know what we should do today.
Mhm.
And then that's when we got distracted, even before we begin our study.
Right. So is there a way that we can overcome challenges that we have in our daily life?
I think the most important thing to overcome the challenge is to have the discipline for yourself. Yeah,
À, em rất hay
yeah.
có thói quen phải lặp lại câu hỏi đúng
Vâng, kiểu 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 bị kiểu đấy, kiểu ý là câu chủ đề ấy anh.
không? Ok. Thế ví dụ anh hỏi nhá,
Đúng
tiếng
đúng.
Việt thì em có thấy có cách nào để vượt qua mấy cái challenge này không? Thì ví dụ tiếng Việt em có bao giờ nói là em nghĩ một cách để vượt qua mấy cái challenge này là không, em sẽ vào thẳng
Không.
luôn. Em sẽ vào thẳng luôn là thì bây giờ cái bọn trẻ nó nên làm gì đấy luôn. Đấy được. Đấy. I feel like young people should gì đấy luôn chứ.
Yeah.
Đúng không nào? Đấy,
Đúng.
thì tiếng Anh việc gì phải thế?
Ừ.
Same thing. Đấy, lại đi.
Ok.
Ok.
Chết rồi, đáng lẽ phải hỏi anh trước chứ luyện theo kiểu sai. Okay, so I think young people should have their own discipline. You know,
Ừ.
you have to be disciplined in order to do anything.
Right. Do anything like do what? Đấy, em thấy không? Do anything là giám
Uh,
khảo sẽ nhận ra là đây một lúc cái chỗ em không có chung, em nói chung chung quá, người ta chưa hiểu. Thì người ta sẽ tự hỏi sâu lên cho em. What do you mean by doing anything? Do what? Đấy.
okay, so let's take this as an example. Mm,
Take this, take what?
you want to be an sorry.
You say take this as an example. What do you mean by this? What is this?
And now I'm telling that no, is
Okay.
it something like that? Okay, so
Uh-huh.
for example, if you want to be an early bird to finish uh,
Đấy, cứ mà em.
like running before, sorry.
Cứ early bird, finish, Nào, thì nói
Okay.
là if you wanna wake up early and finish some work, right? Giờ cố chèn từ early bird vào làm gì?
If you want to wake up early and finish jogging before going to work to keep your fitness, then you have to be disciplined to wake up when the alarm go off.
Ừ.
If you don't and you keep pushing the snooze button,
Ừ.
then you will wake up late, and there will be no time for the young people to
Nói you được
to
mà,
to
không cần phải
to
young people. Nói you
you
được
được
tại
á.
vì có nghĩa em đang nói giao tiếp với ông ấy luôn. Yeah. There's obviously no
Nhưng
time
mà
for
nhỡ
you. Yeah.
nhưng mà nhỡ kiểu bảo ông ấy là kiểu ông không dậy sớm được nên là ông ấy béo, ông không keep fitness thì làm sao?
No, đừng có lo mấy cái vớ vẩn đấy. Đi thi toàn lo cái vớ vẩn.
em em xem xong chỗ nào bảo là không nên dùng you, không đỡ, kiểu kiểu chẳng hạn nói về obesity, xong ông đấy cũng béo mà xong mình cứ you ấy, nó kiểu phản cảm.
Chả liên quan gì. You ở đây có thể refer đến nhiều người chứ không nhất thiết là ông ấy em nói. Đấy.
Ok ạ.
Với cả thực ra anh
Đang
thích dùng
đang yên
you
lặng
hơn
nào.
tại vì nó rất là personal. Đấy kiểu là a
Vâng, em
conversation
thấy
ấy,
cũng
nó
thấy
dễ
nó
nói
kiểu
hơn.
natural.
Ừ.
Vâng, nó kiểu natural.
Thì nếu là natural mà
Yeah.
thực ra nó là instinct của mình, em thấy nó natural là em nên làm. Đấy, don't go against your instinct.
Yes. Okay, and so what where were we?
Yeah.
uh,
So the example about waking up early.
Yes,
Pressing the
without the
snooze button.
discipline. Yes, without the discipline, you will press the snooze button and keep sleeping until it is late, and there will be no time for you to do the jogging.
Is there a jogging?
So you will not get the fitness goal that you would like to achieve.
Ừ. Okay. Yeah. Và đôi khi nếu em không biết phải kết một cái câu trả lời thế nào ấy, em sẽ có một cụm như là ví dụ như là generally speaking, okay? Hoặc là at the end of the day, đấy, nhìn chung của nó.
Generally speaking, at the
Yes,
end
I
of the
mean, so
day.
yeah, generally speaking, I feel like we should be more disciplined to try to accomplish our goals more easily. Okay? Yeah. Hoặc không thì em cứ kết cái câu đấy thế cũng được. Được chưa nào? Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, lots of challenges. Waking up early is one of those challenges. Uh, well, let's talk a little bit about children. Okay? Is it easy for children now to be overcome a challenge?
I thought we have gone through this question. Like I said before,
No, young people
it
is
is not
different from
easy
children.
for them to overcome challenge because there's a lot of distraction to put them off their goal.
Hmm. No, but that's for young people, not for children. We're talking about children here. So
Oh,
thinking
yes,
about,
I think that's the same for children.
is it?
Yes, because a lot
Children
of
don't really have a phone.
children get used to. No, they do nowadays. They gone through their parents' phone a lot.
Okay. So maybe something that you can share, yeah? You can compare the past and the present. You say, well, it used to be the case that in the past, children didn't have access to phones, so it was easier for them to focus on their study. But now, it's actually a technique I often show my students to expand their ideas, is to compare to the past. Okay? Talk about the past first, and then you talk about the present.
Hmm.
Okay? Hmm. That's
Okay.
something that you can do. Yeah, so that's the end of the test. Let's see what else. Okay, I feel like you would probably even have a better answer in part three because you have an ability to explain and make it easier to understand. But I feel like you've been receiving a lot of bad advice from, I don't know, who online. So that's why some of the ideas are, it's losing its natural ability to produce language. Yeah, it's sometimes it sounds a bit forced,
Yeah.
like you're trying to add something or you're trying to paraphrase unnecessarily, something like that.
Yes, 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 yes. You can see that, right? I felt that it's awkward too, but I think I have to do that in order for the to like to be on the topic, to achieve a task achievement, something
There's
like that.
there's no task achievement in speaking. The task achievement
Oh, good to know now.
is a criterion for writing, not for speaking. Well, of course, in
Yeah,
writing you need to be on topic to answer the question, but in speaking you don't. We don't have that.
yeah.
They only need four things
Hmm.
in speaking. First is fluency. So
Hmm.
fluency is judged based on two things. Uh, how long is your answer? You can, expand, give long answers without too much problem. Okay, not too many, too many hesitations. And second of all, you need to have discourse markers, so some linking words, like the ones that I mentioned before, like generally speaking. Another reason I want to talk about is, on top of that, in the past, normally, uh, all these you know words that can help you to link to different ideas in your answer, natural phrases. That's fluency. The second thing that they need is vocabulary. So vocabulary is they want to see how many topic related words that can help you to answer what's in your head, so that to express your ideas. Okay. So
Mm-hmm.
that's something that they look for. So maybe when I talked about perfume, then words like fragrance, body odor, reduce sweat or prevent sweat. These are all topic related words. Or the word pleasant,
Mm-hmm.
providing a pleasant feeling when you go out, or boosting your confidence when you go out, when you have good smell. Something like that. Words that are related to the topic that help you explain what you mean in your head. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
Vocabularies, and then we have grammar. So grammar is it's about I think grammar just think about not making grammar mistakes. That's easy as that. Don't make grammar mistakes. That's it. That's all you have to do. And the last thing, of course, is pronunciation, which you don't have too many problems with, but mostly with connected speech. You're not connecting the sounds when you can.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
Yeah.
meh. Okay, so let's try with some part one questions. Let's see if you can break off the mindset and give me some natural answers, just like we are talking in Vietnamese. That should be similar to the way you answer questions in English. Huh?
Yeah. But I mean, I'm not really a good talker, so even I miss, I also
But at least it's better than giving us an answer that sounds a bit forced, like now.
yeah. Mm,
So,
okay.
simple question, yeah. What
Mm-hmm.
what do you often do to relax? Like in your free
Usually
time, what do
sleeping.
you do for fun?
Usually sleeping because I'm sleep deprived. So I felt a constant need for sleeping. But other than that, I may watch TV and listen to music to in my free time too.
Okay, focus on the idea of sleep deprived. That means you don't have enough sleep. There has to be a reason for it, right?
Sorry, reason?
Reason for not having enough sleep.
Because my schedule is really crazy
Yeah.
and it is tiring.
Talk
Uh,
about that. Yeah.
I don't have enough sleep at noon sometimes. So, when I went home at the end of the day, I only want to sleep. And
Okay.
sometimes I cannot do that right away because I have other deadlines that I need to meet too.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Just talk about your job. Okay. You can use a phrase like, because of the nature of my job, I'm a dentist. Sometimes I have to work until 9 p.m. or something. Okay. So I don't really have that much time to sleep. So whenever I get home, I try to, lay on my bed and have some sleep right away. Okay. And that's it. Talk about your job. You know, why don't you have enough sleep? Has to be a reason. So I want your answers to
Mm,
be a little bit more personal. I want to know who you are. What do you do? What your life is like. Okay?
mm,
Maybe I can
okay.
show you a video of a person answering questions in IELTS. That should make it easier to understand. Okay, I want you to go on a website or channel called IELTS Advantage, and we're
Mm-hmm.
gonna try to answer the same question that she answers. Okay? After listening to her answer.
Let's talk about your daily routine. Can you tell me about your daily routine?
When I first get up, I don't like doing anything high maintenance or too quick. I like to take my time.
You see how calm she is? I'm not seeing that
Yeah.
calmness in the way you answer. I see that you're rushing a little bit. Like you're trying to give a
Yeah.
quick answer. Huh? You want to this kind of like, for the lack of a better word, you want to massage. Give your answer a massage. Yeah, yeah. So
Yeah,
relax
I
a
know.
little
I'm
bit,
I'm
right?
trying that too.
Yeah,
Yeah, because the faster I talk, the stressed I feel, and
yeah.
yeah, and like because
She's the
my
tester, I
my
feel.
thought
The more
hasn't
stressed.
caught up yet, so I have a lot of hesitant, like
Yeah,
So
hesitation.
if
Yeah.
I usually find myself if I talk a little
Now
bit
you're talking too
slower,
fast.
then yes.
Say. Yeah. So I actually learned to have a place where you can rest, stop, take some breath, and keep going. I often find myself running out of breath because I feel like I try to speak a little bit too fast. So after I stop, I can go for 7 and 8 words fast, and then I stop again. Yeah, think of ideas.
Mm.
Yeah.
Once
Okay.
I wake up, I like to just be on my phone and then gradually get on from there. Get up and do my skincare. I start getting dressed and then go downstairs. I make
You could try maybe do some body language like the way she's doing now. I believe it
Mm-hmm.
helps with calmness and making
Mm-hmm.
sure you follow the rhythm of your hands. Uh,
Mm.
some coffee or tea, even matcha. I love matcha.
do you see any complicated language in his answer? He's like, I love tea, some matcha. I love it actually. I drink it every morning.
Yeah.
Yeah, no complicated
It's
language, okay?
like yeah, daily use one.
Yeah, just communication. Yeah, that's the whole point of speaking. To communicate your ideas. Don't impress people
Mm-hmm.
with words. Impress them. I'll tell you a story because this is an important story to tell. Um,
Mm-hmm.
so in the past, I'm sure you know this, but I used to work for an overseas educational agency where I would be talking to a lot of school representatives, right, from different countries. And then the first word to come out of my mouth, yeah, from this is a candidate from a representative from Canada. So she says, "Oh, you study in the States, right?" Just literally the first sentence.
Mm.
So that means, what does that mean? People recognize that you have a good level of English from not from your words. Nobody say, "Wow, you have used amazing words." Nobody says that. People say, "Wow, you have good English because your pronunciation is good, fluent." Okay?
Mm. Mm.
Yeah, so that
Okay.
should be the goal. Yeah, in speaking. Yeah, same thing with the test.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Okay.
yeah, that's kind of
I'm
my
trying to
morning
loosen
routine.
myself.
How's your
Yeah. Okay. Simple question for you. Same question. Tell me about your daily routine. Try to be calm like her.
Mm. Well, my daily routine usually start with a pretty fast morning routine. Uh, I usually only time myself around like 30 minutes before I head out of my house and go to school. So during
And
that 30 minutes,
hi,
I wake up and maybe scroll to my phone to see if there are any new messages containing important information about what can be going on in in that day.
Right?
And then
What's going on that day?
what is going on that day. And then I get up, put on my clothes, wash my face, and do a little bit of skincare. Uh, and then I have the milk, usually with uh, I have the breakfast usually with milk and oatmeal. Then
Milk and oat.
I head out of my house to my workplace. It
Now,
can usually
okay.
be
Let
my school or my clinics.
Now let's try another question. This time I want you to really pay attention to the ah and the in your answer. Instead of saying now you stay silent during those moments. Okay? So let's see if you can do
Okay.
that. Yeah?
growing up, I
Mhm.
didn't really
So has your routine changed since you were a child? So listen to her first.
have a routine because when you're a child, you just do whatever. But growing up, I came to realize that it's important to have like a set routine on what to do.
Set routine. So you can stop, think a little bit, choose the right word instead of set. That's not good. That's repetition.
Mm, yeah,
And how
okay.
to take care of yourself, how to maintain a better routine throughout the day. So yeah, my routine has drastically changed throughout my life.
Is there anything you would like to?
Okay. Now, anything change in your routine since you were a child?
Well, the biggest change that I can think of is my alarm clock in the past, usually my grandpa, and now it is just the alarm clock on my phone. Back in the day, when my grandpa is still a very healthy old man, he usually wake me up and give me the breakfast. And sometimes he let out the clothes that I might need for school in order
Bình
to
tĩnh, bình
for
tĩnh.
me
Đấy,
to be
những lúc đấy là
in
bình tĩnh
order
này.
for me to
In
okay
order to nghỉ đi. Đấy, thoải mái.
in
In
order
order,
for me in order for me to get ready as fast as possible.
get ready
But
as fast as possible. Đấy, tức là những cái lúc
yes,
mình nhanh được thì mình có thể nhanh. Đấy, em cứ nhanh thoải mái. Nhưng mà lúc
yeah,
cần nghỉ thì cứ nghỉ thoải mái.
as fast as possible. But now my grandpa has suffered from an illness. I think it is called dementia,
Mhm.
like old age dementia.
Yeah.
So he doesn't even know who I am. So he will not be because he doesn't wake me up in the morning anymore. I have to rely on my alarm clock on my phone in order for me to get up. Uh, that can sometimes be difficult in the winter because I really love to be in my blankets, in my warm blankets, and sleeping a little bit more. So I sometimes hit the snooze button, which
Okay.
is not really, um, which is doesn't show, the discipline that I would like it to be, that I would like that I have.
Đấy, lại sửa nhiều rồi. That's the discipline that he did, right? That I would like to have. I would like to have. Đấy. Chỉ có thể không bị sai như thế khi ngắt là that I would like to have cũng được. Nghỉ ở like đi để nghĩ là to have. Thay vì I would like nói to be thôi. Đấy, được chưa? Đừng vội nói to be, cả cái em dừng ở to cũng được. That I would like to well have cũng được. Chưa? Hạn chế nhất
Mm.
là cứ đi phải nói lại từ đầu. Đấy. Repetition is not
Bớt
good.
chưa anh?
À, vẫn ở
Bớt
thôi. Đấy, ok
chưa anh?
rất nhiều luôn đấy. Chỉ mỗi lần
em
nó
em
hơi
rất là
dài.
cố gắng. Hơi
Mỗi kiểu
dài ấy ạ.
nó hơi dài và nói hơi chậm, tức là những lúc em nhanh được thì em cứ nhanh bình thường như em nói bình thường ấy. Em không phải cố gắng nó chậm xuyên suốt, mà bản chất của fluency
Ừ.
và pronunciation đó là khi nhanh được thì em cứ nhanh, và khi em cảm thấy khó thì em lại chậm lại. Còn một cái số
Ừ.
bạn ấy, cái vấn đề là bạn ấy nói nhanh quá nhưng mà khi bạn ấy thấy khó rồi bạn vẫn cố nhanh tiếp, thế là bạn cứ bị lặp, bạn nói sai nữa rồi bạn lại phải quay lại bạn sửa. Đấy, nó rất là mệt. Chưa?
À,
Đấy.
vâng,
Ví dụ như anh ấy
ok
thì
ạ.
mỗi người có tốc độ nói khác nhau, ví dụ anh thì thường anh nói nhanh hơn nhưng mà lúc nó chậm cũng được. Yeah. So I guess when I was a little kid, I used to have my grandpa, do everything for me. He would pick out some of the clothes that I need for the morning. Đấy, cứ chậm thế cũng được. Nhưng mà cứ chậm một tí thì anh lại nhanh được. Yeah. Pick out
Ừ.
some of the clothes that I would need for the morning. Đấy, pick out thì anh nghỉ rồi này. Anh bù phát 7 từ luôn. Some of the clothes that I would need for the morning. Đấy, xong rồi lại nghỉ tiếp. Yeah. For the morning. And then rồi lại nghỉ. Yeah. And then I would wear the clothes and go to school. That's yeah. But now that I am an adult, so obviously I have to do all of this by myself. And unfortunately, my grandpa has some sort of mental health issues like dementia. So his memory is not very good anymore, right? Thì anh kéo dài cái từ so thay vì anh là so anh kéo dài từ so còn hơn. So he can't do it anymore for me, and kéo dài đó, and so I have to do all of it by myself. Đấy, chưa? Tức là thay vì thì em kéo dài cái từ em cần nói ví dụ but so, and on top of that I feel like. Đấy, thì có những cái cụm anh hay dùng ví dụ như là I would say hay là I feel like, thì em cứ ngồi em nghĩ vào thời gian thì thôi em nói tiếp. Nào,
Vâng,
ok, có thêm câu nữa nhé.
Growing up,
ok.
has
You would like to add to.
meditate. I haven't been able to do that as of recent.
Let's talk about flowers. Have you
Flowers.
ever received flowers as a gift?
Yes, I have. Actually, recently I did receive flowers, and
Đấy,
I
người ta biết nghỉ không? Em nhìn cái từ cách người ta nghỉ cái receive này.
receive flowers, and
Đấy, actually I did receive flowers. Đấy, bây giờ chưa ra được từ flowers sao? Nhưng phải nghỉ chứ chị. Tôi chẳng em I actually receive flowers. Nghe đến rất buồn cười. Thế thế nào? Cứ đợi để
Nghe
đến
khó chịu
não
nhỉ?
não nó process được cái từ flowers đã, thì rồi mới nói cái từ flowers. Okay? Đừng sợ cái silence in speaking. Silence
Yeah,
1-2 giây chẳng vấn đề gì.
okay.
I can't talk enough about flowers. I love everything about them, like the variations that you find, the different types,
Và
and
em sẽ nhìn với câu chúc ngữ pháp của những người nói như này nhé, toàn câu hiện tại đơn.
everything about them, like the variations that you find, the different types and colors, as simple as like roses to, let's say, tulips. I love everything about them.
Nó chỉ là I love thôi mà, không có gì đâu đúng không? Đấy, nhưng mà cái ngữ pháp nó sẽ tự nhiên, nó sẽ tốt hơn và range của nó sẽ rộng hơn khi em expand cái ideas của em rồi. Ví dụ ở đây em sẽ thấy là I đây này.
Everything about them, like the variations that you find, the
Đấy, that you find thì tự nhiên nó thêm được cái mệnh đề quan hệ rồi. Đấy, là câu nó dài rồi, là ngữ pháp tự nhiên nó tốt rồi này. Bằng cái tự nhiên cái ideas của mình nó phức tạp lên, là ngữ pháp nó sẽ phải theo để nó giải thích cho. Thế đừng bao giờ quan tâm về cái việc là ngữ pháp phải nói thật là khủng, rồi là từ vựng phải nói khủng. Từ vựng của em khủng ấy, do cái idea của em nó phức tạp. Idea của mình mà tự nhiên nó phức tạp lên này, thì tự nhiên từ vựng sẽ tốt lên. Ví dụ như là bây giờ nói về perfume, tự nhiên em có idea về Laneige thì tự nhiên là phải có cái từ deodorant, thì tự nhiên từ vựng nó sẽ tốt hơn, có dùng được từ đấy. Đấy, thì nó do ideas, mà ideas của em càng phức tạp càng dài thì tự nhiên là ngữ pháp và vocab điểm nó sẽ phải tự đẩy lên để nó hỗ trợ cho cái đấy. Chưa? Chứ không phải mình đang đi làm ngược lại, đó là mình tự nhiên phải cố chèn một cái ngữ pháp hoặc là cái từ vựng nào đấy trong cái câu đấy, thì tự nhiên thì được hai, ví dụ cả cái được hai cái đấy thì mình lại mất đi fluency of pronunciation, mất hết này, chả thể hiện được cái gì, mình nói chậm quá và nó lặp nhiều quá. Đấy, nhiều bạn học bây giờ đang bị ngược như vậy.
Okay.
Okay.
Ideas.
Rồi,
Try to
rồi,
elaborate.
rồi, last question nhé. Nào, have you ever
Okay.
received flowers as a gift?
Yes, multiple time, and I loved it so much because flowers brings its fragrance and its beauty into my life.
Nó hơi
I
bị phức tạp nhé.
feel
Sao không nói được là well, I feel like flowers smell really good. Nhưng mà phải là flowers bring fragrance into my life. Nó vẫn hơi bị phức tạp không? Ví dụ, cái từ fragrance thì rất là dễ rồi, nhưng mà anh cảm giác cái thời gian để nghĩ được cái từ đấy nó hơi lâu. Được chưa? Thì có thể có những câu ngắn trước đấy thì để thời gian nghĩ được từ đấy. Ví dụ như là yeah, I think flowers smell great, especially on important occasions. They bring fragrance into my life. Đấy, được chưa? Thử lại nhé.
bring
Have you ever
fragrance
received flowers
beauty.
as a gift? Dùng nhiều câu ngắn và đừng phải sợ cái những pháp phẩm đấy.
Yes, multiple time. I love flowers for its fragrance and beauty.
It's very
Tự dưng
beautiful.
bắt đầu lại xong rồi quên ý.
Okay, nhớ nhé, example is a friend.
Like,
Có một lần bạn nào đấy cho mình tặng flower thì nghĩ example ra.
in beauty, when I receive a gift as flowers,
When I
I
receive flowers,
always felt,
rất là ngoặc.
hả?
When I
Em
receive
bảo gì ạ?
flowers.
When I mình
When
ta
I
nói đến
receive
gift đi thì mình
when I receive flowers. Đừng có lằng ngoặc nữa nào.
ok. Thế mình không nói đến cái gift à?
Thì mình nói yes rồi còn gì
Kiểu,
nữa. Thì người ta hiểu đấy là gift rồi còn gì. Thế người ta
when
tặng
I
em thì đương nhiên đấy là một cái gift còn gì. Thì quan trọng gì phải hiểu. Chẳng lẽ người ta không hiểu đấy là cái gift.
kiểu receive flower từ ông shipper.
Yeah,
Thì
đúng
làm
rồi.
sao?
When I receive
Okay,
flowers from a delivery guy, okay.
when I receive flowers, I always feel full of life, uh, and I also feel the feminine,
Thì ấy lại lằng ngoặc.
the femininity in me rising.
Cái gì?
tự
Tức là
tự
anh
dưng
hỏi.
tự dưng lúc anh bảo nói lại xong tự dưng em quên mất là em định nói cái gì với cả fragrance and beauty rồi.
Bây giờ anh hỏi em một câu đơn giản là em đã từng được nhận hoa chưa, mà em nói là ôi khi em nhận hoa nhé, cái nữ tính của em nó bộc lên. Em trả lời buồn cười. Tiếng Việt em cũng chả nói thế. Tiếng Anh nó chơi thế gì? Em nói đơn giản đúng không? Bây giờ nhá, anh sẽ nói một câu tiếng Việt, em chuyển câu đấy sang tiếng Anh, được chưa? Đấy, cho cái câu được này để tư duy nó đơn giản. Đã từng nhận hoa chưa? Em nhận nhiều rồi. Cứ ngày phụ nữ là em toàn được mấy bạn
Yes, multiple
nam ở công
time.
cứ ngày phụ nữ
I
là em toàn được
received
mấy bạn nam
a
trong ty
lot of
tặng.
flowers during Women's Days from my male college.
Colleagues ha, không phải college, này cường cao đẳng đó.
Yes, college
Colleagues, okay.
colleagues.
Đấy, mấy bạn ấy tặng em hoa hồng nhá, sao em ngửi thấy thơm cực.
They usually bought roses, which smell really nice to me.
Thế thôi. Đấy, tổng hợp lại cả câu đấy, nói thành câu hoàn chỉnh đi.
Yes, yes, I have received flowers. Okay, I do that again. Yes, multiple times. I usually receive flowers in Women's
On.
Days every year. On Women's Day every year. Usually it came from my male a colleague, or my boyfriend.
Which I don't have.
Which I do have every other year.
Okay, but on that day particularly ha. Đấy, nói chill thế, thì nó thoải mái thế. Yeah. Or from my imaginary boyfriend. Okay, kiểu thế.
Yeah.
Đấy, trả lời đơn giản thế thôi. Giờ anh cho một câu khác nha, anh nói tiếng Việt anh cứ chuyển sang tiếng Anh. Đợi anh nói hết tiếng Việt đã rồi anh chuyển, không nói đè lên nhau.
Everything. From where I'm
On what's câu này thì nó giống kia này. Bỏ cái topic flower sang cooking đi. Đấy. Do you enjoy cooking? Okay. Thế em có thích nấu hay là không nhỉ? Để anh nói câu tiếng Việt.
Anh nói kiểu gì cũng được.
Muốn thực
Em thấy
tế
nó
tí.
cũng bình thường.
Ok.
Thôi
Rồi.
để em nói đi. Thôi kệ cái nói kia. Well, cooking to me is like a daily chore. I don't hate it, but
Daily core.
but
Chore hả?
yes, chore, chore hay là core nhỉ?
Chore
Chores.
sẽ core. Hai từ khác nhau không?
Oh, okay. But it's daily cooking to me is like a daily chores. I don't hate it, but I also don't find it to be one of my hobbies.
I don't find it particularly amazing, you know. It's something I have to do. Đấy, hoặc là em có nói là mình bận, phải chưa? Đấy, tôi nói tiếp nhé. Rất đen là dạo này em làm ở dentist, em hơi bận nên là em không có thời gian cook nhiều. Nên mẹ em toàn cook cho em.
Unfortunately, as a dentist, my schedule is pretty busy, so I don't have much time for cooking. It's usually come down to my mom who cook for me.
Thế thôi, trả lời đơn giản đấy mà. À, that's the goal. Keep it simple. Okay.
I know, but sometimes when I talk, then my mind just go blank, and there was no idea floating around for me to say it. And I was like, cooking. What would I say about cooking?
Okay. Now, common ways to expand ideas nhé. Liệt kê lại tí. Một là giving reasons. Okay. Có thể nói lý do tại sao không cook hoặc tại sao có cook. Okay. Hai là
Mm-hmm.
đưa ra examples. When you often cook, one time you cook, so somebody cooks for you. Okay. Ba là results. Yeah. Tức là cái hậu quả hay hệ quả của việc mình không cook. Okay. Now you don't cook, obviously you need to eat out, right? Maybe eat in some fast food restaurant. Talk about some health problems you have or your weight or whatever. Okay. Đấy, được chưa? Cái thứ
Mm-hmm.
ba có thể nói về contrast, đấy, nói đối lập ấy. Đấy, ví dụ như là tôi thì không enjoy cooking nhưng my mom thì enjoys cooking. Đấy, hoặc là compare với
Mm-hmm.
một cái đối tượng khác, hoặc có thể compare với một hoạt động khác. Okay, another activity. I don't particularly like cooking, but I would say I really enjoy reading. Đấy, như thế. Cái cách nữa có thể nói về the past, quá khứ. Nhưng ngày xưa thì thích nấu ăn, bây giờ thì không. Hoặc là ngày xưa thì có nhiều thời gian nấu, bây giờ không. You know, I used to have a lot of time cooking in the past when I had a lot more free time as a university student. But now I have a full-time job, so it's literally impossible for me to do any cooking, which is why my mom does it most of the time. Okay? Thế nào? Thế là câu trả lời không?
Okay.
Thì nói
Yeah.
về future, ngược lại. Thì nói cho... Và bây giờ thì không có, nhưng tương lai hy vọng có. Còn tương lai kiểu gì cũng làm mà have a baby rồi có là become a wife thì phải do the cooking như thế. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, currently I'm super busy with my schedule at the dentistry, so unfortunately I don't have any time for cooking. But in the future, you know, I'm obviously gonna have a child, have a family where I would have to cook for my husband and my children. So yeah, of course, I think I should learn, right, to cook some nutritious dishes for my children. Đấy, thấy chưa? Đấy là future. Ok.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Rồi, cái trường hợp hai là em có thể nói là hypothetical. Đấy, một trường hợp giả định ở đấy. Nếu mà không biết cooking thì sao? Đấy. Đấy. Thì bây giờ chỉ có chết đói thôi, không gì nữa. Đấy. Thì cứ đi ăn ngoài thì. Đấy. Um, yeah, I actually don't know how to cook very well. And ví dụ như là just imagine a scenario where I have to be in the kitchen. Then and cooking something, trying to impress my husband's family, husband parents, right? Thì what could happen? Okay. Hoặc là cuối cùng thì có thể nói về một cái chung chung nhé,
Yeah.
nói về độ phổ biến của cái gì đấy, okay? Popularity. Ngày nay người trẻ có hay nấu ăn không? Đấy, toàn đi ăn ngoài. Okay. Nói chung thế. Yeah, I actually don't enjoy cooking that much, and this is kind of similar to most people my age because, well, they're so busy, they don't really have time to cook, so they just go out to some restaurants or diners to buy some, you know, buy some meal for themselves. Ví dụ thế. Trời, rất nhiều cách để expand ideas nhé. Đấy. Cái quan trọng là em phải chọn được cái cách nào phù hợp vào cái câu hỏi đấy. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Expanded, yeah. Contrast. Future as a people compare. Yeah.
Ok,
Yes.
bắt đầu rồi nhé. Đấy. Hôm nay tạm thời như vậy. Chưa? Good luck tomorrow.
Yeah. Thank you so much for your chỉ dẫn tận tình.
Input, feedback.
Yes, very insightful, very demure,
Yeah,
very
but I think now because it's only one day, so it's impossible for you to remember all of this, đúng không? So,
yes.
best thing to do, I think the best advice would be to calm down, control the pace that you speak, don't rush, and be aware that you are repeating yourself. and learn to tone